good. On the prep, you want all of the motion to be initiated from here. You have a little bit of a wind-up where you're going like this. Everybody watch. You're going like this. Right? And it's not much. It's just a little bit. The whole body follows. Okay. It's more like, you know what a bellows is? That thing you like to blow into the fireplace, right? You don't need to use a bellows, right? In, out. Try one more time. Good. Yeah, very nice. That's much better. And then one thing for now, you're doing a little bit. You know, I won't mention that. Each beat has impulse in this case. So because we're still in pretty abstract terms, every beat should have an ictus, a rebound, and a descent. You're doing a little bit of this. Okay. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's not how we would conduct real music. Right? Every beat wouldn't have the same impulse. But for now, I just want you to get comfortable putting that impulse on every beat. Okay? Try it one last time. Excellent. Yeah, very good. Bravo. Bravo. Good job. Who's next? Okay. I will shuffle the cards. Let's see what happens. Noah. Noah McKay. Same one?
Is that the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one. Good. Noah, take a step back from the stand and put your arms up right here, and then drop them. Oh, yeah. So you can duck like that too. When I said drop your arms, you went and really like let them fall. Yeah, good. One more time. Yes. When you conduct marcato, you should feel a little bit of that. I feel it like in this part of my arm right here, kind of wrist and bottom part of my forearm is where I start to feel that weight. Okay, try it once without them. Just conduct a bar by yourself. Good. Good. Now think of the subdivision. Yeah, not bad. Good. With everybody? Who would like to try the second one? Haley, would you like to try the second one? Yep. Yeah, why don't you just show that to me without them?
So like
So it'll be like this. The breath, instead of the breath being here, the breath is here. So it's almost like I imagine my hands coming in towards my center of my chest. 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. Yes, exactly. Good, and I'll stop there for now. Could you feel how that entrance felt a little bit? A little clunky, yeah, right? Some of it was clunking. but I didn't see a breath in your impulse. So imagine you were playing your saxophone and you had to breathe. My turn. Good. Good. Yep. Come up just a little more. Flatten out your forearms. Yep. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Starting there. Aha. I'm glad somebody did that. Yeah. You went like this. Yeah. So somebody played on this motion here. You want to start from stillness. Just try that. Yes. Do you feel how much firmer that felt?
It felt a lot more like fluid and confident.
Exactly. Yep. Do it one more time. Ha! That was really good. Yeah, good. Okay, very nice. Now, the motion, remember when we had the music stand, your arm on the music stand? You are conducting with like your wrist. So I see the beat happening here. And that's a little bit like, that will feel a little bit like driving a semi-truck as opposed to driving a sports car. You know what I mean? You want to feel like the group is all right here. But if they're looking here, it's much slower to get everybody moving, right? So put the impulse out here and out here. Good, yep. And don't forget about the breath. Stop there. Yeah. Good. Very nice. How did that feel different?
I guess I felt more confident. Like I felt like I was placing the beat better.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. One thing, when you moved out to the tips of your fingers, it started to get a little bit more legato, which will be really helpful when we do legato. But for now, try. How should I say this? It's so. Not being a native string player, it's funny for me to think of when I hear string teachers tell me or other string players to like transfer the weight of your arm into the string, right? Because, I mean, really, you have this bow, which is a very wispy looking thing, playing on a little tiny string. How can you put the whole weight of your arm, which is out here, and the string is here? But really, you are transferring through all of these joints, the weight of your arm is going into the string. That's sort of how we want to approach the tip of the baton, right? We want to almost imagine that all the weight of our arm is going into the tip of the stick, right? So that instead of it being just like this kind of a motion, where the wrist is the one initiating the move, it's all following, coming from here, and the whole arm is going along. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So practice that a little bit in a mirror, so that even when you're conducting with the baton, you still see the weight of your arm in the beat. Yeah. Good. Thank you. This is the quietest 15-member keyboard orchestra I think I've ever heard. Any volunteers for next? I'll do the same one. Great. shift the downbeat. So you're doing bum, 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 and it's 3, 4, 1. That's fine. Okay, good. This is good. So for you, all the joints seem to work a little bit independently. So there's a little bit of like kind of like this going on. Again, that's fine in certain circumstances, right? But for right now, everything moving together. So try this. Just go up and down, up and down. Very good. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and 1 and 2, 1. That motion there. Yeah, good. And you have right now. It looks sort of like you're picking something up. Yeah. That's how we'll learn to hum. But for now, don't let the fingers come together. Sort of relax them a little bit more. Yeah. Try it a little bit. Good. Yeah, those last 2 bars you conducted differently than the other ones, and I like them. So everyone, try play for me. Why don't you try to feel the difference here? Okay, I'm gonna conduct 2 different ways. Okay, and then I'll conduct another way. How did those 2 ways feel different to play? Yes.
I feel like you're snappier on the first one.
Snappier on the first one? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe a little more tense with the first one.
First one was a little more like, yeah, it was tense. And also, if I was trying to force the group to do something, that might be a good way to do it, right? You will play with me, okay? But we shouldn't assume that they need that, right? So the motion, try to imagine that the beat keeps going, like that the motion of the beat, instead of it being stop, 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 that the motion is just continuous. Kind of like I had one of those clocks in my elementary school classroom that the second hand wasn't tick, 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 right? But it was a steady, right? That sounds like a random analogy, but you all know exactly what I'm talking about. You've all stared at that clock in a classroom at some point. One more time. Keep going, keep going. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. That's where we'll stop. That's where we'll stop there. Yeah. Good, Keegan. All right, thank you. The next person can pick which one they would like to conduct. Hunter.
Okay. What are the first one?
Maybe flatten the sand a little bit, like flatten the desk. Yeah.
Okay.
And probably just a little lower for you, just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that about it?
It's whatever you like, Meister.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair.
are taller than, say, me, for example, when you start, if you're looking at the music stand, it's more obvious than for some of us,
Yeah.
some others. So for all of you, it's a good habit to get into now. The sound won't come from the score, right? The sound has to come from the people, right? So when you start, even if it's just the first bar, start looking at the ensemble, and don't look down until at least till after they play their downbeat. Okay, try it one time. Good, one more time. On that prep, lead with the fingertips, not with the wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better. Does it feel funny to start looking at them?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like what does it feel like?
I mean, because I just spent the last 5 people looking at the score.
Uh-huh.
Using peripherals to look at me.
Yep.
The conductor, so
Yep.
it's a little different.
It is different. Now, so when you're the conductor, the rest of the group has to look at the score. So somebody has to be looking at the conductor, and the conductor needs to somehow make that connection to the ensemble. If everybody is looking down at the score, it's really easy for everything to get detached. You know. Good. Bravo. Next. Professor in grad school used to say, next customer. Travis.
Do I get to pick or?
You can pick. Yep.
Oh, cool. Let's just do this one again.
I'll let you all pick. Everybody else I'll let pick, unless everybody picks the first one. Then I will finish. Yeah, it's good. There is a school of thought that says that it's okay if your arms cross. Right? In fact, Markan Thacker, who's one of the authors I chose, said it's fine. He even teaches it. He teaches that beat 2 should be here. 1, 2, 3. If I'm being completely honest, I don't actually think it matters either way. But kind of the general sense in the field is that your arms should not cross. So while I don't have a problem with it, other conducting teachers do, so you should probably just not cross your arms. Okay, so when you come in for beat 2, if you find that you're crossing here, then float your elbows. Right? So everybody try that. Like cross your arms in, like get so that your arms cross in, and see where your elbows have to be in order to make that happen. Yeah, and then if you let your elbows float a little bit, then they can't. Yeah. That's actually why Markan said it's okay for your arms to cross. He feels like your arms should always look like they're hanging. And if they do, then this has to happen. I don't really care either way, but let your elbows float a little bit more. Travis, one other thing. I see a lot of downbeat from you, but I don't see a lot of impulse on beat 2 and 3. So can you make the rebound from 1 a little bit bigger? Make all of the beats a little more neutral.
All right.
Okay, one last time. Very good. Yeah, one thing to practice, when you go from 1 to 2, you have kind of an arc that does like this. So it sort of looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. If you're on like to the side of somebody and they're conducting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, before, everything sort of looks like this, right? So if you're a cellist or a first violinist, or if you are like an outside flute or clarinet, right, then everything starts to look the same. So what I call the characteristic motion, okay, of each beat is that one is always down, right? But beat two has this inward motion. So there is a sense of this, not of this. You know, if you're looking straight on, it makes no difference, right? But it's off to the side. That's a good habit to get into because once we start doing preps on beats other than one, then if really all you're showing is this, and you're counting rests, which beat was that? Right? Play. That was beat 4. What do you? Well, right? Okay. So if you can get more of a sense of in, out, those two things are related, right? So if you tend to go like this for beat 2, the only way you can get out of that is this for beat 3, right? So if beat 2 can have a little more of a swing in. Try it one last time. Right. Break. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, practice that in the mirror a few times. Good. Well done. Next. Okay. Josh. Sorry.
I'll do 2.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you did this. Because I think, I'm not sure this is what you're doing, but I think it is. Just watch me, everybody. I'm going to conduct 2 different ways and see if you can tell me what was different. Okay, here's 1. Here's 2. First of all, were they different? Yes.
The second one was really, you weren't defining where you're pointing. It
Uh-huh.
was just kind of sloppy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And the first one was just more distinct and confident.
Yep. Hmm. I actually wasn't even thinking about that, but you're right. That is what happened. Anybody have any idea what I was doing differently? I wasn't just thinking that sloppily. Yeah.
In the second one, you're still having like, I don't know, it's like still kind of seeming like it was down, but you're still kind of really pointing towards it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do it again. Here's the first way. Here's the second one. First of all, did it feel different? Okay, so you're saying yes. And the second one, I was tapping my foot. I know. Well, that's why I stayed back here so you couldn't see that. When you tap your foot, where does your attention, you as the conductor, where does your attention go for the beat? Your foot, right? Where do you want your attention to be for the beat?
Your hands.
Your hands. Yeah, that's it. So if you tap your foot, you can even see the difference. Yeah, you tap your left foot, it seems.
I honestly don't even know that I was tapping.
I cheated a little bit. I did see your left foot move a little bit, so I do know you're tapping your foot. You seem to tap your heel, though. Okay, ground into the ground. Put the attention in your arms. So what I saw from you both times was bum 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 bum. Right? You don't need quite that much. Right? Bum 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 bum. Okay. Good. Yeah, bravo, bravo. Good. It's time for one more. One more. Dawson.
Noah and I are sitting here staring at. I'll do that visiting.
Okay. I get it. Okay, good. Two really small adjustments that are related. You're kind of like this, and down a little bit. Okay, yeah. Just getting your ready position. Okay, and then come in slightly. Yeah. So what you're doing, the rest of your body is kind of involved when you conduct. Everybody, if you reach out too much and you give a full marcato, then the weight of your arms has to be balanced somehow, and you end up getting your full body starts to conduct. So if you bring your arms in, you can center that weight a little bit more and sort of neutralize the motion in your upper body. Try it one time. Flatten your, come down. Yes, right there. Good, yeah, good. Dawson, what I'd like you to do for next class is stand up against the wall. Conduct a little bit like this. Okay? As your upper body, you kind of move a little bit more than I think you want to. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay, everybody. So we need to strike our keyboard orchestra. The music stand on the keyboard should come off and go in this tub here. The extension cord, the pedal, and the power cable should go into the Ziploc bag. And then once that goes in this tub here on the floor. All right. Once that is done, I'll show you where we're putting the keyboard. Okay. So power cables, music stands, and then I'll show you where we're putting the actual.
Yeah. Isn't our first quiz is 2? What? End of the week? I don't know. She did a
Oh, wait, yeah, I gotta get that book too.
Yeah, I think we're going after.
Nah, I got
That's fine. You know we don't like this now.
your call, mate.
That's fine. You made him sign up for Jack.